In reality, none of us can avoid change. We need to acknowledge the need for continuous change and the innovation that brings this about. Should our businesses carry on, our organizations carry on business as usual, there will be a competitor out there with a lower cost base and fleet of foot who will ruin it for us. Once we've decided that change is necessary and we wish to innovate, we need to look at the culture. What do we really do internally? Often such realization comes at a crisis moment, often funding, often from a trauma hitting us from outside. And the 2008 financial crisis seems to have been that for many people. Even if there is no crisis, leaders really do need to pause now and again to consider the wider picture of their world, to assess strategy and behavior properly. Most good organizations have an annual budgetary process, but alongside that, why not look at strategy and the wider culture on a regular basis? When I did arrive at Heels, it was obvious that business as usual was impossible. And because I was new, I looked at everything end to end. The reality had become that the customer was no longer the prime consideration for the team running the business, nor for those doing the day-to-day work. The systems and processes were a nightmare and made the customer service personnel spend much of their days filling in forms and bits of paper rather than doing their real job, which was looking after the customers. Talking to those on the front line and spending time talking to customers and being a client or customer of any of your organizations is fantastic. Known as management by walking about, if you want the jargon, it's an irreplaceable leadership tool. And very often leaders are so busy in meetings and in the office they fail to do this. It was being out there, walking about, being inquisitive and observing that took me into Jack Wills, where I joined in chair in 2004. After I saw a shop of theirs and thought, yes, this is great. On meeting the founder, we realized that I could bring in the retail and business experience and help guide the next phase. I guess time had moved on and I was now the old bloke in the room and he was the youngster doing all the work, which is what happened because the organization there again was a complete crew under 30. Similarly, we brought Le Pain Quotidien into the UK after seeing it operate while being customers in Brussels and New York. This looks fantastic, let's take it abroad.